lovelies. Welcome to a new Coffee with Cass. Although I'm going to be real with you, today it is tea because I just got done filming tonight. Took a shower, trying to relax a little bit. I do need to go to sleep at some point, but coming up on a heat wave, so I wanted to get as much filming done as possible before the heat wave. So cozy on in, grab your beverage of choice. I have some topic and questions that some of you asked online, so I will just chat about those because I think it's been a bit since I did a Coffee with Cass. So let me pull that up. So a lot of people wanted to just kind of know like a life update. And I mean, honestly, I don't think much has changed or been going on for me as of late. It's been a pretty boring summer, which isn't necessarily bad, you know. I like boring days or just chilling, but I haven't really done anything extraordinary. I've just been working on my various projects, avoiding the hot days when they hit, hiding in my cave away from the heat, because I am not a fan of the heat. These days the world as a whole is pretty tough, right? So I saw this post that was completely accurate. It's like the finding the balance of being informed with what's happening in the world, in the country, in life, but not like driving yourself insane because of all the bad news. Like, you have to find the balance of it, and that can be quite difficult, especially with social media. You know, it's always like quick updates on things that are more negative, you know, but luckily there's some positive things you see on there too. But yeah, it's been a journey lately, hasn't it? What else? I've been working on a writing project I started this year, a little bit before this year, like I think last December. Working on it off and on, so add it to my list of projects. I'm always working on something. It's a positive and a flaw at the same time because I sometimes don't know how to just chill, so I like always have to be planning or working on something. So that's good for projects and work, but can also be quite draining. So I have to find a happy medium with that. But I had like set goals for this writing project to have it finished this year. I don't know if that's gonna happen because this year is going by fast. It's like the end of August. It's crazy, but we'll see. As a lot of writing goes, it comes like in spurts, doesn't it? I see a lot of writers say that, but I got a big chunk of it done. That's something, but we'll see with that. I'm honestly pretty far ahead on filming right now in some aspects, so I'm like ready to really work on spooky season stuff, which is good because I mean it's gonna be here before I know it, because I'll be doing 13 cosplays again, and so to fit it all in I have to start in September. It's like I think mid to September is my plan to start those cosplays, so I do need to get everything in order, but some of it's done. But yeah, a lot of the regular channel stuff though is like it's filmed and ready for you guys, so it feels so good to have that content ready, instead of stressing out like these upcoming heat days. Like I can just relax if I want to, like I can just hide from the heat and not feel like I'm obligated to film, if that makes sense, to fit the schedule. What else is going on? Oh, I did, medically, I think I had an allergic reaction. That's what I'm going with. It's happened twice now. And I've never been allergic to anything in my life, but apparently you can grow into allergies, which is a bunch of BS if you ask me. But back in June, I had an experience and I got really sick, and it was weird. I didn't know how to describe it because I didn't think it was food poisoning. It didn't feel like that. I was just very sick. And then it happened again a couple weeks ago. And I connected the dots and I was like, oh my gosh. And then I started looking up some real allergic reactions in some people, and I had a lot of the symptoms. Luckily, I'll say it wasn't like anaphylactics or anything like that. I didn't have to go to the hospital, but I do need to contact my doctor. I've been procrastinating it. I know it's not good, but I'm gonna have to get allergy testing done because I'm almost positive I know the triggers. So I've been very mindful to avoid all those things, but I need to go to the doctor. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. I've never been allergic to anything, and then boom, in my 30s I suddenly am. Yeah, but I guess that explains why I didn't understand why I was feeling a certain way, because I had never had an allergic reaction before. So that was interesting and not good. It was horrible. I felt so horrible, but hopefully I will sort appointments out and see what can be done. I've definitely read maybe too much this year, but I always say in my downtime you'll either find me reading or watching movies. Those are the things I like to do, and this year I've really got back into reading. I've had to change my reading goal twice now. I started at 50 books, and I did that so quickly, and then actually tonight I finished my 100th book of this year, so I bumped it up again, and it's crazy, but I don't know, I guess there are worse addictions to have than reading and movies, but I've been enjoying my books, so. Luckily, my pain hasn't been too bad as of late. We'll see if it switches with the seasons, because that can happen sometimes. But as of late, it hasn't been too bad. If you follow my social media, you might have seen that I had an issue with my computer, this big crash, and it was kind of devastating to me because I back up a lot of my stuff, and I need to be more consistent on it. I am now, but there were some things that I just hadn't backed up yet, pre-recorded stuff, some of my cosplay stuff, so I lost it. But I kind of have a list of the things I lost, so if I ever want to refilm them and things like that, but it's what are you gonna do? Technology is painful sometimes. I think one of my big losses was this cosplay project that I had been working on since last year, and I thought I had it backed up, but that one actually confused me because some of the other stuff I was like, oh yeah, I forgot to back it up, that's my bad. But that project, I was almost positive I had it backed up, and I can't find it anywhere, so I've had to start over. And it's a project that includes multiple cosplays, so it's not easy to just film it all at once, because getting into one cosplay takes time, let alone all these cosplays. So I'm slowly but surely recreating it because it's gone. Poof, it went poof. I'm kind of working on plans for my next tattoo, so that's kind of fun. Nothing set in stone, but I think I'm kind of leaning one way. But yeah, that's, I think, some general updates on life. I'm always attempting to be conflict-free and avoid drama, although sometimes it finds me. Go away. Please go away, I don't like conflict. Let me see what some of the questions you guys asked. Your current faves in different areas. Movies, shows, hobbies, products, snacks, etc. Well, this summer has been fantastic for movies, in my opinion. I guess superhero movies. Because we started with Thunderbolts and Superman and Fantastic Four. And I loved all three of those movies. So happy I saw them in theater, because sometimes I don't get to theater on a lot of films. But I loved all three of those movies for different reasons. I recently read through the whole Sookie Stackhouse book series, which I really enjoyed. So now in turn I'm watching True Blood again. I like to do that sometimes to see the differences, because the books are quite different from the show. So I'm kind of like making notes of things I liked better in the books or the shows and things like that. But I did really enjoy that Sookie series. I recently finished Why Women Kill. The first season of that was really good. I don't know if I'm gonna watch the second season, because it first season takes place in 3 decades, so it's kind of a cool concept. And the second season, I think it's just in 1 decade. So I don't know, maybe at some point, but not right away. I also finished my Dexter rewatch, so I could watch Original Sin. I haven't seen that. And then of course the new Dexter series that's out now. Big Dexter fan, so I had to do my whole little rewatch and watch the new shows too. I watched Ironheart, which didn't get enough love. That's a really good Marvel show. I really enjoyed it. But I'm always reading new books or watching new movies and shows. It's like my favorite pastime, and a lot of times with certain work that I'm doing, I can be watching something or listening to something at the same time, so that's probably why I go through so much. Lots of vampires lately, in books, movies, and shows, and I'm just in such a vampire mood. Here's a vampire book that I just finished. Yeah, I'm definitely into vampires right now. What was the other thing? Snacks, I think it was. Snacks. I'm super into the peanut butter filled pretzels lately. Those are really good with coffee. Shocking, I know. And then, if you're not a coffee drinker, but you need a caffeine, if you go to Dutch Brothers, I don't think Dutch Brothers is everywhere, but if you happen to have one and you like energy drinks, or even if you don't, because it comes in other things too, just a soda or things like that, the Peach Ring Rebel, that's the energy drink, but you could get a peach ring soda or something if you like peach. I love that drink. If I'm not in the mood for a coffee, Peach Ring Rebel is such a go-to. It's really yummy. Let's see. Any new cosplays you've recently added to your list of dream cosplays? Same type of question. Do you have a bucket list cosplay that you haven't done yet? So, I made a note of when I first started cosplaying, I made a list of dream cosplays, and I've been able to do some of them, which is super exciting. The ones that I haven't got to yet, Regina Mills or something from like The Evil Queen, Once Upon a Time. The Ants from Practical Magic, which I feel like I need to do soon because they're making the sequel. The white Queen Amidala dress from the end of Phantom Menace. The 1864 Catherine Pierce from Vampire Diaries. Anna from Van Helsing, like the purple Batgirl look. Lily Munster, Sarah Lance from Arrow, and Huntress from like DC. So those are the ones that I had, like, that I've had for years now on Dream Cosplays. But when I looked at this question, I thought of a couple more. I've done one Marilyn Monroe cosplay, and it was really fun, and I'd like to do one of like her more iconic dresses. I don't really like the white one that's very popular, but she has some other like iconic looks that I would love to do a different Marilyn shoot. Also, I've done several versions of Poison Ivy, but I think I need to do like Uma Thurman's, because she's got some really cool outfits in Batman Forever. So, is it Forever? No, Batman and Robin, that's the one. But Uma Thurman has a lot of really good Ivy looks to do. Crimson Peak cosplay would be like a dream one. So is like the full flower look for Danny in Midsummer. That would be a lot, but I still think it would be really cool. And I also think maybe more charmed looks. I've only done one charmed look, so I think I should do some more. So those are some that came to mind when I read this particular question. Faith podcast at the moment, none. I'm afraid I have not listened to podcasts in years. I just lost interest in a lot of them. Even like some favorites of mine, I just lost interest. So I don't listen to any these days. Would you ever make another horror short film, possibly collabing with someone? I have other short film ideas, but the time. I never know if I'll make them or if not. Collabing with someone, I guess, would just depend on the person. I don't have a lot of people to film with. But if I get inspired, I'll make another horror short film because I liked making the first one. Well, I've done a couple over the years. New foods or snacks or even a restaurant you've recently become obsessed with. I don't really think it's like a specific restaurant or anything, but right now it's Marionberry season. And I know a lot of people look at me funny when I say Marionberry because if you're not from the Pacific Northwest, you probably don't know what a Marionberry is. But it's like the season, so there are milkshakes and sundaes everywhere at like little local spots, and they're so good. They're so good. It's like such a delicious part of summer. So I've definitely grabbed some Marionberry shakes lately. Any weird or unexplained occurrences that you personally experienced recently? I keep seeing 143 everywhere. And I know it's like slang for I love you, and like other things like that, but I literally keep seeing it everywhere. My parents used to say that. It's just like, I just keep seeing it everywhere. So I have no idea if a lovely ghostie is trying to tell me that they love me, or if I just 143, no idea. Everywhere I see it. It's crazy. Not a clue. You like horror movies, but have you dived into any of the indie short films or various anthology horror projects? And then there's like a list of some of the studios and whatnot. So I've watched some of the like indie short films, the ones that are on YouTube. I've watched a few of those and they're really good. I told myself I'm going to dive more into some of those indie ones, specifically, well, because I love horror. But I saw this ad for an AI film festival thing for horror movies, and I was like, absolutely not. So I will fully be supporting the indie artists that are creating short films and whatnot, and not supporting the fake AI stolen art. Let's not do that. Any goals that you set this year? I always try to set some goals, whether that be channel-wise or project-wise. Watch, I'll jinx it now, but I did set a goal for my channel. I thought it would be cool if I could make it to 56K this year, which I'm actually not that far off, really, but I'm a slow-growing channel, so I don't know if it'll happen, but if you like my content and you're not subscribed, you should definitely subscribe. So I think that is all the questions you guys sent. But yeah, life has just been mostly kind of chill, ups and downs as usual. Been helping some family with some medical stuff, making sure that my medical stuff's good. Hiding from the sun, as I said, because I'm a vampire. And I don't like the heat. I'm ready for the fall months and spooky season. The burr months are the best. I recently got to chat with one of my favorite ASMR artists, so that was pretty cool. Yeah. Other than that, I've just been, you can pretty much find me working on a project, whether that be a video, a cosplay, one of my other projects, or watching a movie, or reading. I mean, I've had some people ask for more daily vlogs, and I'm just so boring. I truly am quite boring. I'm gonna try and do more vlogs when I'm actually doing things that are exciting, but for the most part, I just think it would be incredibly boring if I did just a normal day in my life, but we'll see. We'll see what I do. So, thank you so much for watching, lovelies. I hope you enjoyed this tea with Cass, and I'll see you guys in the next video.